Hey, so my name's Melissa Walker. I'm so glad you're here. So, why are we here? Why did you sign up for this? Why were you interested? So, this video is about how you can find spiritual practices that work for you and help you connect in with a spiritual life that feels authentic to you, regardless of what your beliefs are. So you may be saying, but I don't believe in God. I don't want to hear anything about God. I don't want you to try to sell me God. I'm not going to try to sell you anything. I use the word God, but I came to that over time. And what I mean by God is like the overarching mystery of what's going on. That's all. I don't have anything more than that. So the problem that we come together with today is that it's hard to stay emotionally and spiritually engaged when we look around at the world. When we're feeling engaged, we're feeling interested in people, we're interested in our lives and the people around us, we're hopeful about our own lives and hopeful about our own goals, and we feel connected to the people around us and connected to the world. We feel a part of the world around us. But really, there's a crisis of connection going on right now. It's not just for you, it's for me too, it's for people in my community. I see it all the time. We see it in the rates of opioid addiction, we see it in the rates of alcoholism, people getting addicted to drugs of all kinds, and we see it in the sort of mass amounts of like porn people are consuming and obesity in our society and just all the different ways that we try to numb out. So instead of feeling connected and hopeful and engaged with ourselves and with the people around us, we're having this crisis where we feel demoralized about our goals. I feel like, what's the point? I can't even do anything anyway. We feel overwhelmed, so we try to numb out through food or through alcohol, through porn, even just watching TV. That's something I can do to numb out. Just find a new show and binge watch it on Netflix or Hulu. So when we're really struggling this way, we just find ourselves going from thing to thing, looking for comfort, just looking for any little bit of comfort we can get. The problem with this is not that TV or food or alcohol or porn even are inherently bad. The problem is that it just doesn't work. Ultimately, we feel more disconnected. We feel more isolated. We feel more hopeless. We feel more despair. So these things that I'm mentioning, hopelessness, despair, loneliness, these are problems of the spirit. That's why I say we have a spiritual problem when we're faced with those problems. So we're going to look for a spiritual solution together. We're going to look inside our own selves for our own authentic spiritual path that feels right for us. So this may or may not end up happening in community. That's okay. It doesn't matter. So what I'm going to talk to you about today are 3 spiritual tools, 3 spiritual practices you can use to get you started, regardless of what your beliefs are, regardless of what kind of spiritual connection you've got right now. So the first, I'm going to start with a word that probably scares you, and that's prayer. So when we pray, we just ask whatever is out there, the universe, the spirit of connection itself. If you already have a religious practice, great. You probably feel comfortable with prayer. We're just going to pray, universe, God, my own spirit, intuition, my own higher self, help me. I need help. I need help connecting with myself. I need help hearing your voice. I need help learning to live in a way that is more connected and will help me to engage with my own life around me. So that's the first thing. Good. Second thing is that we're going to do some journaling. So journaling is super simple. Just grab a notebook. And if you don't have a notebook, I advise you not to get a fancy journal. Just go get a regular, $1.50 school style notebook from Walgreens or whatever. And in this, you're just going to write 1 to 3 pages, and you're just going to be totally honest And so a big part of developing an authentic spiritual path is to just be honest and authentic with yourself and with this other thing, this spiritual guide that you have inside of you. Be totally honest about where you're at. So this can be scary because it can feel really negative and feel like, what's the point in saying all this stuff? The point is, this is where you're really at. And if you don't know where you're at, how are you going to get any tools to get you to the next step, wherever you want to go? So if you're feeling unhappy about something, that's okay. That comes up during these morning pages. Julia Cameron talked about these as morning pages, 1 to 3 pages that are just freestyle written, without censoring yourself, without second guessing yourself. You get to just say anything you want to say here. And then at the end of it, even if it was hard, just close it up. Don't worry about it. Let it do its own work and you'll come back to it tomorrow. Okay, and then the third thing is gratitude. So gratitude sounds like an old idea. It sounds like something we've been reading in women's magazines forever. Nobody wants to hear about it. We don't want to talk about it. It sounds kind of Pollyanna-ish and like overly optimistic. Gratitude, we're just going to start super small. So again, in keeping with this thing about connecting with your most authentic, most honest self, we're going to just start super small. So you can see me, I'm just a regular person. Got this little tiny Portland kitchen, and this cereal I love. So that's going to go on my gratitude list today. So I'm grateful for my cereal. I'm grateful for my coffee. I'm grateful I've got this cup with this straw. I know they're bad for the environment, but I love straws. So I'm grateful I have that. I'm grateful that my coffee maker, I can set it so the coffee is ready when I get up. It's like having a butler. It's awesome. I'm grateful the house is really quiet right now. You can see it's really sunny right now. It was pouring rain all last week in Portland. It was really hard. Right now the sun's out. I'm grateful for that. So what we're going to do in this gratitude list, we are not going to go to the things we should be grateful about. We're just going to stick with the things we are actually grateful for. So I know sometimes we feel like we should be grateful for our spouse. We should be grateful for our kids. We should be grateful that we have our health. And we should. It's true. You're right. But if you're not feeling grateful for that right now, that's okay. This is just between you and yourself and this internal guide that you're trying to develop a relationship with. So we're going to do these 3 things. This quick prayer, call out to the universe, spirit, whatever it is. Second, do a little bit of journaling, 1 to 3 pages, really quick. Third, we're going to do a quick gratitude list. All this stuff, you can do it in 10 minutes. That's all it's going to take you to get started with this. 3 super specific tools. And then we're going to close this just by saying again, reaching out to this universe, this higher power, this higher self, this inner guide, our own intuition, and saying, let me just hear your voice today. Help me do whatever it is you want me to do today. And that's it. That's it. That's how we're going to get started today. So those are the 3 things that you're going to start with today. And we're going to start this path. Thanks for being here. I'm excited you're here.